Hello everyone, my name is Joe. I'd like to show you how to use troubleshooting in SIS 2.0. So I'll just take it right from the very beginning and come up here to my home screen at SIS. And you can go in with a prefix, for instance, HEX. Okay? And then let's just say that you've got some type of code. You've got a code or something that pops up on your monitor, and I just rattle one off, 100-3. All right, so that applies to many machines. 100-3. I just memorized it. Should be oil pressure, voltage above normal. So when I search that, it's going to show up a lot of other things other than troubleshooting. But all I'm really wanting to do is know how to troubleshoot this thing. I've got to get the machine out of the shop. I've got a customer on the phone. He's having problems with it, whatever the case may be. So I'm going to just real quickly put that in my search. Then over here, I want to go over and just click troubleshooting. So I'm not worried about all these other manuals that found this. I want to know how to troubleshoot this code. Okay. So inside the troubleshooting manual for the C4 engine, all right, a sensor signal analog active test comes up. So I click on that, and now here's my code: engine oil pressure and voltage above normal. Okay, so this is where you got to be a little careful, and it confuses some people. SIS has given us this code, and it's telling us what it means. This is the code description, that the engine oil pressure voltage is above normal. Comments: it says that the ECM detects signal voltage that's not in the acceptable range. The code is logged. The value of the parameter is set to a gauge pressure. Well, wow. Well, thanks a lot, but how am I going to troubleshoot it? So this procedure, you got to read. This procedure covers the following diagnostic codes. So whether you have a 100-3, a 100-4, a 107-3, 108-3, 150, whatever code you have, that's giving you a bunch of different codes here. They're not telling you how to troubleshoot it, but they're grouping them all together. So if you just keep walking down, it says the following conditions must exist before any of the above codes will become active. All right, there are no active 3509 codes, and there are no active 168 codes. And it goes on and it starts talking about 5-volt supply sensors. It talks about pull-up voltage, and then it's got a bunch of different sensors over here, and it's showing you a snapshot of the schematic. All right, it's not pulling up the whole schematic, just a little snapshot of it. So we were dealing with the oil pressure, and it looks like the wire on the pin 1 of the oil pressure sensor reports to the ECM at pin 1 of connector J2. And then the middle wire, pin 2 of this sensor, goes to ground, the ECM. And then at pin 3 is a signal wire. Okay. So each one of these sensors looks like they're all sharing the same power. Looks like they're sharing the same negative, but these sensors are sharing a different signal wire. So this is kind of generic. It's saying, hey, EGR pressure differential, fuel rail pressure, engine air filter differential pressure. So if we come down here, here's my fuel rail sensor, my air pressure sensor, and my oil pressure sensor. So all these up here listed, this chart is going to deal with. Okay, it's telling you what the connector looks like, where the pins are, a live view of it there. And now it's saying check the diagnostic code, turn the key switch on, look for this code. Is the code still there? Yeah, go to step 2. All right, check 5-volt supply. It's not telling you to check the 5-volt supply at the oil pressure sensor. whichever one you've got a code for. You might have a code, it may be not 100-3, it may be 107-4. That would be engine air filter. Okay, so you wouldn't go up here to looking at oil pressure, you would look at that one. So all of these are going to be kind of pretty much troubleshot the same way down here in this step-by-step chart that SIS has provided for you. Okay, so and they tell you what to do. And this is the troubleshooting part of it. You'll use this a pretty good bit. Now that's a diagnostic code. So up here, let's say you've got something else going on. Let's say you've got what we call an event code. I'll give you 1236-2. So instead of plugging down and hunting everything, I'm going to cheat and let SIS do the work for me. I've got my prefix. I've got what's lit up on the dash. Beep, beep. I got these alarms going on. I got this code. Let me hit this. Let's see what it says, okay? Okay, so it's looking at all these manuals. Well, we can clean this up by just selecting troubleshooting. Now it's only going to look in the troubleshooting. So it tells me that a 236-2 code, and let's see what it says about it. 236-2 is return hydraulic oil filter plugged. Okay, possible cause. Oil temperature is greater than 122 for more than 10 seconds or more. And it's going to tell you what the recommended response is. It doesn't really say how to eliminate it. Well, let's keep going down. (236-2). It says, well, I'm sorry, if it says if a code is present, should have read this. Recommended response. This is the code. Replace the filter as soon as possible. That's what they're recommending to you. If the filter replacement is not convenient, stop machine, travel until the oil temperature is less than 122 for 180 seconds or more. If a code is present after the filter is replaced, inspect the hydraulic lines for signs of severe bending or internal collapse. So that's all you get on that code, and it's an event code. It's not saying there's something wrong with the sensor, voltage-wise. It's just saying that, hey, it's saying that the sensor is reporting to the ECM or the switch, and it's saying that the oil filter is plugged. It sees a restriction. So that's a couple things, but we're not done. I've been doing codes. I did an active code, now I did an event code. Okay, so now let's do something else. What about throttle? Let's say I've got this machine and the throttle is very poor. Now I'm going to try this. I have not exercised this yet, so be patient if it doesn't work out right. Oh, wow. I swear I didn't rehearse this. So acceleration is poor or throttle response is poor. And guess what manual I've got here? Troubleshooting. Okay. So you can troubleshoot things other than codes. People kind of forget that. Starter drags, battery is dead, engine smokes. There's all kind of different things we can use troubleshooting for. So if it didn't show up right there, I could come over here and check troubleshooting again, and it's going to only show me troubleshooting manuals. Okay, so acceleration is poor. Probable causes could have a code, could be the throttle signal's messed up, could be the turbocharger, and recommended actions is going to walk you through what to check. Okay, and as you check off, you're like, okay, it wants me to do this, and the parameters are correct, and it says to proceed to step 3. So I'd come down to 3. Monitor the status of the throttle position of the electronic service tool. Verify that the status for throttle position is stable and that the engine is able to reach high idle speed. All right. Result, it's stable. I go to step 4. If it's not stable, make the necessary repairs. refer to the appropriate circuit test for the type of speed control that is installed. So you'd have to make a decision right there and know which way to go. So over here on the side is different symptoms while we're here that you can use the troubleshooting for. Uh, engine does not crank, okay, and it's going to walk you through it. Inspection of the batteries and cables, machine security system, switches and circuit breakers, starting motor, inspect the starter pinions. Just goes on and on depending on how you answer it as you walk down. So if we're back to the very beginning here at SIS and we have just a prefix, guys, you're more than welcome just to search, and you're going to search everything. Okay, so down here where it says show more, we could go to troubleshooting. Yeah, let me go a different way. Let me go back to here and show you a different way. HEX and go to navigate rather. Okay, so when I go to navigate, this is different systems. If I want to go to service, click here, and it takes me to my troubleshooting right here. So it's able to expand down. So if you wanted to go this way, you could go, okay, do you want to troubleshoot something in the grade control? Do you want to troubleshoot something in the machine systems, air conditioner, Bluetooth ID, or the engine? So you want something on the machine like the hydraulic pump, you would go here. If you wanted something dealing with the engine like the 100-3, you would go here. So you're able to do that too. You could expand it so you could see more. And then I could come down here. Here's event codes. Let's see, diagnostic trouble codes. Event codes. Control F. Let's just type in codes and see. Here we go, diagnostic trouble codes. And it's going to give me a whole laundry list of codes that this machine is possible of storing. Okay, so if you want to go that way, there's nothing wrong with it. Personally, I just always just come in here. I know I'm going to use SIS to let me cheat. 100-3 seems more simple to me. Come down here, go to troubleshooting, select troubleshooting, search in 100-3 for a prefix of hex and just troubleshooting. There it is. Pretty fast. Pretty fast. Okay. If it wasn't the first one, don't forget about your control F. Let's say I was looking for a 411-13. I could always use control F box 411-13. It's gonna, boom, take me to it. Oh, I said 0. Oh, I did that too many times. Control F 411-13-3. There it is. Found it one time. So that's a little bit, even more quicker if you want to use that. Okay. So that's your troubleshooting manual. It's pretty quick. I got some exercises come up that you can complete to help you actually go through yourself and punch some buttons. So good luck with that.